Hey, yeah, before the video starts, I want to make sure that this top 10 video is purely subjective and is my opinion on the operators and not really something that is purely factual. Also, this video is purely for entertainment purposes, and I believe since I'm the only Wingknights player right now, you can leave it up to that. Anyways, enjoy the video.
I trust your judgment. You won't lead me astray.
For our number 10, we have Cantabile. Now, I know Cantabile is a really strong opener who can go invisible as an extra, but that is kinda where she stops. Her S1 gives her 100% attack for 20 seconds after deployment. With her decently fast ASPD as well as her talent that gives her more if she's not blocking an enemy, that makes her really strong. But most people probably want to go with her S2. The S2 gives her camouflage like I said before with 40% attack and 50 ASPD. This skill is also ammo based, so you can deactivate it whenever you want, but won't run out when there are no enemies. Now, camouflage is a really useful trait for operators that can take advantage of, but if your attack isn't high enough to pierce the beefier enemies that come into range, it might as well be useless. Of course, I didn't just do this because she's useless at damage. After all, it's not that she's kills that matter, but the hits. But when it comes to what you're good at, there are others way better on this list.
The law itself has no power. It calls for enforcers.
Yeah, this is probably one of our only two guards that's going on the list. I will say though, he is quite a good lane holder. Executed Altar's S3 is his best skill, and his S3 gives Executed Altar plus 180% attack, extra range, a slightly longer ASPD, and gives an attack buff where every time ammo is consumed. And skill ends to 250% of Exalter's damage as physical damage to all enemies in range. Now, this skill is great for killing elite mobs and maybe a few bosses, but because he can't be healed, he'll not be able to tank the hyper strong bosses, especially with their very high attack. Now, what I like about Executor Altar is also why he's so low on the list. Executor Altar is a great lane holder, but other than him taking on a decently high level enemy, past that, he never really shines like the other operators on this list.
The fool flaunting his gallantry reaches none with his vanity.
Now, you might be thinking, Silver Dash is a cat, and my answer is, he's got a bird. That kinda counts. But anyways, the OG OP operator, also known as Swing Swing, Silver Ash is known for his notorious S3, which gives him 200% attack, expanding his attack range, but lowering his defense by 70%. This skill is bonkers if you have it as an OG, but you know, before Milnar. But why is he still on this list if he got power corrupt? Him still being Swing Swing, of course. Not only that, giving invis detection is pretty useful, as you won't have Inez in this team, as well as a minus 10% redeployment time is still decently strong if you constantly need it. His module gives an extra 20% attack, which is strong, plus it also adds damage to bosses and elites, which is why you're probably going to be using Silver Ash for, which is why I'm going to put him at number 8.
Get away from me, please!
Now, Golden Glow is one of the best operators if you can pair up with ASPD. But since we can't be doing that all the time, what makes her better than the other operators on the list? That of course, her S3. Golden Glow's S3 makes her gain 80% attack and 2 extra drones. The best part? Making her range global and slowing the target for 0.5 seconds each hit. Paired with her talent 1, giving a 10% chance for it to deal 300 arts damage of Golden Glow's attack in a small AoE, which is further added with her 15 Res Ignore. Golden Glow can be used like some other casters, but because of her S3, it makes her way more versatile. But because her AoE isn't like some dragon, she doesn't really have that much going for her. Of course, this doesn't make her bad, but it just can't compete with the best of the best, because the next operators don't just provide damage, but also utility.
Cleric of Land and Monastery, Operator Arquetto.
Now, you might be thinking, Arcana doesn't do as much damage as Golden Glow. In fact, in most cases, Golden Glow outclasses Arcana, especially when she's solo. But this isn't about solo operators. But why isn't it? Let's talk about her skills first. Arcana's S2 is a ricochet skill and bounces 5 times. It deals 140% of her attack while also being able to slow 3 charges. This skill is probably her best anti-air skill, but this is also surprising when it works on highly defense enemies. Her S3 gives her 30% attack and extra tile of attack range, and hits 3 times while also being able to hit 2 enemies at the same time. This is kinda her best skill, but skill 2 feels way more versatile than S3. Though I know they have their own use cases, as these two skills feel very different. Following the trend on how useful you can be to fulfill multiple roles, Arcana basically just does that. She gives SP regen to offensive recovery snipers such as Great Throat and Fiametta, and she has good anti-air capabilities. And because of Lemoen, she now basically can give Lemoen a global range, which is an additional utility. Providing support to your class, your archetype, and your faction is incredibly strong. Plus, in IS, she's even more busted. Like, the hypothetical plus 4 tile range and 50% attack in the same skill is very, very funny, which is why I put her at number 6 on this list.
Your lives now ignited.
Well, you've probably expected this, especially after the foreshadowing. Reed Alter is interesting. Incantation medics are known to be good, but the fact that she beat Golden Glow is probably where you're questioning. Now, Reed the Flame Shadow's S3 gives her the ability to attack 2 enemies, gives her 60% attack, increases Talon activation chance to 100%, which is Cinder, and with the Cinder effect, take 60% of Reed the Flame Shadow's attack as arch damage per second. When an enemy is defeated, deal 140% as arch damage and inflict Cinder to nearby enemies. And Cinder lasts until the skill ends. Reed Alter is good. Not because she can just do big arch damage, but because she can do multiple things at once. AoE, DOT, heal, debuff, and crowd control. This medic is really good at everything. But because she can't do big single target damage, which is probably really fair, she is not placed any higher.
Suffering will come to rest.
Ah yes, this specimen. Virtuosa is a ritualist, which means she does the funky damage. And that also means she's a supporter, you know, a class known for supporting. Her talents are truly outstanding. With her first talent, Worthless Elegy, makes enemies within attack range take 10% of her attack as necrosis damage per second, and are slowed for 0.2 seconds, while her second talent basically just buffs her. The two skills you would probably use are S1 and S3, so let's talk about them. Virtuosa's S1 makes her deal 300% attack as arch damage, and an additional 110% attack as necrosis damage. If the enemy is not under the burst effect, this skill also stacks up to 3 charges. Now, this skill is meant to be for single target, but like, that's where you probably are looking for anyways. S3 makes her stop attacking, increases her attack range, plus 180% attack, second talent effect increases to 2.5 times, and busts other operators who have the highest of each stat, 30% for each of them. This is 100% her crowd control skill, as it gives her more range and busts operators. And the reason I put Virtuosa so high up on the list is because, well, there's no one like her. Yes, we might have noticed for the freeze, but some enemies are immune to that, but no enemy, if I remember correctly, was ever immune to slow. In addition to that, elemental damage is basically just true damage with extra steps, which makes you wonder why on earth there's even anything with elemental res in the first place. For now, this is why I put her at the number 4 spot.
No need for introductions. I'm already familiar with everyone here.
Ah yes, we finally got to the top 3. Lemon is actually a really special case, as she kinda has only one niche, and that being high physical single target damage. Except, she can do AoE, but if the video's criteria is about all-round versatility, why is she up here? Lemon's S2 gives her plus 80 ASPD, plus 70% attack, and gives her 7 bullets, 9 if you have the module. Now the interesting thing is that the bullets are not wasted on non-wanted enemies. Meanwhile, on wanted enemies, Lemon charges attacks from 180% to 425% over the course of 3.5 seconds. When attack exceeds enemy HP and defense, immediately fires the shot and consumes the charge. This skill is stupid strong, and it also ignores dodge. But I guess if you're gonna do 10,000-ish damage a hit, might as well not miss. Moving on to Lemon's S3, this is her AoE wiping skill. Her S3 makes her stop attacking and gives herself 5 bullets. With her module, it gives her 7 ammo if her talent is active. When an enemy in range, consumes ammo and locks onto the enemy. Each strike can deal a minimum of 300% of Lemon's attack each hit as AoE, and a 450 if the enemy is in the center of the blast. Now this skill is really cool, but because it is random, it falls off just slightly in my opinion. Also, she will still hit other enemies that are not marked, which kinda defeats the point if it doesn't focus on elite or boss mobs most of the time. But because she is a new operator and I have not much time exploring the tech she can do, though because of her sheer damage output she does on top of being pseudo-global, I believe it is fair to put her as number 3.
Real estate question. This wonderful realm or a panoramic view of hell?
Well, we're here now. This is probably something you've all expected. Exo Alter is one of the strongest operators in the game right now. Maybe even the strongest. Exo Alter's S2 gives her 35 bullets and the ability to steal 70 ASPD from the ally with the largest taunt in range. It gives both Exo and the operator a barrier equal to 250% of Exo's max HP, and each attack now deals 300% of her damage. If she successfully steals ASPD, she gains an additional 5 ammo and steals to 70 ASPD. While her S3 gives plus 30% attack, gives herself 50 ammo, and the ability to ignore redeployment time of the melee operator with the longest redeployment. Now each hit does take 5 ammo, but it also makes her hit 5 times for 160% of her damage. On top of that, when she deploys an operator, it deals 250% of the attack in a small AoE, while also giving the operator deployed 6 SP. Yeah, I'm not even gonna try to sugarcoat it one bit. She is strong and she is versatile. The fact that she can help not just Wingknights, but meta players in general probably makes her the strongest operator that could have been on this list. And yeah, I'm counting Wizardel on that, and basically power crept all the marksman snipers. She's also cheaper than marksman snipers if they're on the same potential, making her even more stupid than before. To put it simply, she's going on the number 2 because she deserves it.
Who would use a flag as a weapon on the battlefield?
We're finally on our last operator, and I'm pretty sure you know who it is. Elysium. Elysium is just too good in this niche. Being the DP printer with the consistent uptime is what makes him really strong, but he just had to do more. Elysium's S2 is the skill you would use more often, but his S1 is still good if you're just looking for DP. Elysium's S2 makes him what flag bearers do best. Firstly, he gives 20 DP and can lock up to 4 enemies, and gives them minus 60% movement speed minus 35% defense, and remote invisibility for 15 whole seconds. Providing DP and 1 for his provided effect is already really strong, but doing all 3 is just crazy. And don't forget his talent. Giving minus 2 DP to all snipers on deployment is already a nice talent, but an additional 20 HPD when this skill is active is just on a whole other level. This goes up by 25 with the max module, by the way, and his module also gives him 1 block count to operate in front of him when his skill is active. On top of the tremendous support Elysium brings, he is a DP printer. Like, my man does it all, from his role as a vanguard to supporting everybody else. This is why I have no regrets putting him at the number 1 slot. That is all from the video. If you have differing opinions or your own list, please feel free to put it in the comments. That is all. Goodbye.